like me to set a route to the next race event for you?
Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome to another video, and this is going to be a pretty bad video, so I'm just going to say that now. If you guys don't want to watch it, you don't have to, but it sort of concerns the, especially the very skeptical people from a previous video that I've made about the Sesto Elemento. There's a lot of stuff that apparently, according to people in the comments of that video, I've done wrong with my build. Even though I ended up proving someone wrong just yesterday evening. So here's the deal. I made a video, and I wanted to initially tune the car to be good for top speed, right? Thinner tires, think about this, right? Think about this. Thinner tires means that there's less friction on the road because there's less of a surface area from the tires touching the road. It means that the car could actually go faster. That's what my thought process was. If you go ahead and you tune a car for drag racing, you have the tires on the back being wide as fuck, having obviously a different texture as well to the tires up front of a dragster, because the tires at the front, you don't need to have grip on those. Those tires literally just need to be there so the car is balanced and actually can stay and go straight. But the tires in the front of a dragster are so thin to minimalize friction, right? That's the reason. Why would they put like big fuck off massive tires in the front as well if they want the car to go straight faster? It's logic, right? It's logic, and it's basically physics. You can't go ahead and put a massive tire in the front to make it do that. And that is my logic for me building this car for top speed. If I have thinner tires for this, that means that I can actually go faster in a straight line, and like there's less friction. I can actually fly faster, like, or drive faster. I don't even know how the fuck to explain this anymore. Because it's just logic. For me, it just feels, it sounds normal using thinner tires for this. Obviously, to get more grip, you need thicker tires. But you don't need more grip in this thing. It's all-wheel drive. It should have all the grip in the world at high speeds. It's pointless to have really fat tires on this car. But then I realized once I went into the tuning that, of course, this car's top speed is like around 271 miles an hour. Maybe 272 if we can squeeze to it. I can't even talk anymore. 272 or 273 miles an hour out of this car is possibly a good tune. But I ended up literally spending 1 minute on the tune just so I can add a basic tune to this thing just to see how well this thing would accelerate. I realized that it wouldn't go fast in a straight line for top speed, so I thought we could actually get this thing to accelerate in in a really short distance time, which was the airstrip. I could probably get it to accelerate really fast on the airstrip and see how fast I can get it to the end of the airstrip where the speed trap was. All right, that was my intention. Then I obviously forgot to change the tires to give myself more grip. I ended up doing that in another video, stock tire compound, and of course I ended up changing the tires to give it the fattest tires possible. People have been bitching at me, saying that I raised the car. Where the fuck, motherfucker, where do you see that I raised this car? In the video, I literally do this. Like, I go and I buy all my shit, right? You can see the total cost at the top right changing if I go ahead and I buy something else. Obviously, I have all this owned now. What can I go to? I can go to wheels, right? If I go to rim style, and if I go to, let's say, these, you see that they have a price on them, right? Not the ones that I have installed. If I have a price on them, I can add them on, and up at the total cost, it changes the price. It obviously adds the price of the wheel or the whatever part you put on the car, right? It adds it up on the top. So I'm doing this really quickly. I go into this, I go into springs and uppers, and then I go right and do that. And people thought that I bought the fucking rally suspension. Why the hell would I buy rally suspension for this thing? There's so many people that actually says that I've raised the car. I've lifted the car. If I go onto this, if I buy it, it'll cost 1,845 credits, and it'll add up to my credits at the top right, as you can see. But it didn't. And you can see that the car is, like, physically raised by a lot. But what I did is I just went onto this, and I pressed B and backed out of it. I didn't buy it. I didn't add it to my basket or anything. I didn't buy any of it. I don't know why people are so dumb. It's unreal. This is pretty much what my point was a few weeks ago when I said that the YouTube comments on my channel are getting ridiculous and very, very stupid. There's a lot of stupid people in my comments commenting some bullshit. And it's literally just... It's not a lot of people either. Like, it's just, you have this... It's not even the same person. You have maybe one or two people that make a massive deal, and then other people like give it a thumbs up, other people saying, yeah, this is right or whatever, like to those people that are like idiots, and it baffles me how that is. Like it just makes no sense to me. So like I said, I've spent about 1 minute literally adding like a basic tune, because I know how to tune my cars in this game to make them go fast in a straight line. It's not a very difficult tune to add to cars to make them go fast in a straight line. And people were saying that, I even said apparently that the downforce is shit in this thing. And it is. Stock, the downforce for this car, because it's so light, and because of the engine that I put in this thing, obviously it has the V12 and it has the twin turbo V12 swap from the Aventador basically. Apparently, that means that I'm doing something wrong. That means it's my fault that the car has no downforce, and apparently I should be adding all the aero shit. No, I wanted to keep the car stock. That is the whole point of this. I want to keep the car stock without the aero. I don't want it to go fast around corners. That is not the whole point of my build that I made yesterday. I wanted the car to go fast in a straight line, right? And that's pretty much it. That's it. I don't care about aero. Apparently people are saying that the aero actually helps with going fast in a straight line because you can reduce the downforce. It's not that much of a difference. I'm sorry to tell you, for everybody that says there's a difference, there's not that much of a difference. It doesn't matter what car you put it on. I've tried, especially the Jaguar D-Type, which I've spent a lot of time trying to tune it to see how fast and good I can get it to handle, because that car handles terribly, obviously, because it doesn't weigh much and it's stupid powerful. So if I go ahead and leave that car completely stock, right, and then I just add the engine to it and the suspension tune and all that stuff, it's gonna be absolutely terrible. The car is terrible to drive around corners. It just doesn't do it. It's very, very good in a straight line, and that is the purpose build for that car. You make it so it's one of the fast, or you make it so it is the fastest car in the game to have the highest top speed. And that's what the build is for that, and that's what the build was for this. I'm trying to reduce the downforce, I'm trying to reduce all that right now with this thing, because I just realized that I didn't change my transmission because I had this thing as a rear wheel drive, because somebody in the comments, I'll get to him as well, somebody in the comments said that if I change this to a rear wheel drive it'll be faster, he says. So I decided to do pretty much all that stuff, but yeah, back to the downforce thing. Because I didn't add any of the aero, people are saying that, oh my god, I'm complaining about the downforce. Yes, I'm complaining about the downforce for literally like maybe like a minute of the video, when I'm actually just driving the car around to get a feel for it before I take it on the airstrip to drive it in a straight line. I didn't want to build the car to go around corners quickly. I wanted to build the car to go straight quickly, and that's it, right? So when people are giving me shit about me saying that the car has no downforce, I'm talking about the car not having enough weight on top of the wheels. Because this car is tuned to have 500 and whatever horsepower, I can't remember what it is now, it's like 570 or 580 or 600 horsepower, let's say. This car is tuned to have 600 horsepower, and to drive fast around a track with 600 horsepower on these wheels, it makes sense. The car is very, very good. But if I go ahead and I take this car and I slap another 100 horsepower, or sorry, 1,000 horsepower on top of it, which right now has 1,500 horsepower, obviously the car is not going to be able to handle the same way. Obviously the car is going to be able to understeer, because the body and the weight of the car is not made for the amount of power that I'm putting on top of it. Alright, that is the whole deal that I made yesterday. It's not about the downforce that the car has, because completely stock, I know that the downforce of the car is going to be terrible for 1,500 horsepower if the car is made to only have 500 horsepower. You understand me? That is the whole purpose of this thing. And the reason why I decided to leave it stock as well, because then I could compare it to the Koenigsegg, to stuff like the Ford GT, because those are cars, it's especially the Ford GT. The Ford GT is a car that handles insanely well right now with, I'm going to take a picture of this GT Hispano, because apparently I have never taken a picture of this. I don't think I've ever seen this in the game before. Jesus Christ. Right, either way, oh, it's the Duracell edition, that's why I didn't see it in the game. I definitely saw the normal GT Hispano. It has to be. There has to be like a normal GT Hispano I've taken a picture of before. I feel like I have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So that's why I compare it to the Ford GT. The Ford GT is such a well-made car. It's probably a little bit biased. Actually, it's not really, because back in Forza 6, it was the cover car for Forza 6, but it's not the cover car for this game. But the Centenario in this game is absolutely insane with handling as well, and just leaving it completely stock. And then even if I add like the V12, or even if you twin turbo it, and you make it just as fast as this, like 1,500 and something horsepower, it still handles insanely well. I don't know if the car is made, usually they do that, usually they make the cover cars faster than the rest of the cars. They've done that before in the past with the P1, with what else did they have in the past as well? They had the Huracan as well. They made that incredibly well handling. Like, it's just really weird, but it's not supposed to like handle the way I made it handle the Sesto Elemental. Like, I get it. I get it's not gonna handle the same. And when people are saying that that it's my shit tune that's making the car handle like that, like, bitch, I didn't do anything. All I did was add power, and I tuned the suspension just so slightly that I could have a little bit of roll in it and have it like be able to shoot off the line faster, so the tires don't absorb. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm putting way too much thought into this. Going back to the guy that said that I don't know how to tune a car, that my tunes are shit. I literally have the screen open right now. Like, this guy says that my tunes are shit, and this guy says that it's worse for a straight line acceleration because of your shit tune. And I go, is it now? Tell me how to make the tune better, right? And then he goes to me, lower it, stiffen it, all that, rear wheel drive swap, aero, fatter tires all around, and some other garbage at the end that I'm not gonna obviously say because it literally just says give it to another YouTuber to do the job. I was like, okay, cool. So I did the exact same thing that he says, right? Oh yeah, also for some reason people thought that I didn't lower the car. Because they saw me doing the rally suspension thing, everybody thought that I raised the car up. So you can tell how many of these people are smart, right? This guy says lower the car. Anyway, it was as low as possible. I stiffened the suspension to about 90%. Stiff. I don't know how to explain it. I basically brought the stiffness of the springs and stiffness of the dampers up to about 90%. I changed the rear wheel drive. I added all the aero parts. I changed the aero parts so they are good for speed, not grip, or acceleration, not grip. And I changed the tires to the fat tires all around, and then I kept it to automatic, right? Just so I could eliminate my bad shifting, which is exactly what I said. You know, if I change it to automatic, I can eliminate the shitty shifting that if I somehow miss shift, right? And then I tested it out to see exactly the difference was between my tune from yesterday and the supposed suggested tunes that people are giving me in the comments of my video. A lot of people are saying, not just this guy saying that I should add the aero and change the aero and all that stuff, and change the car to a rear wheel drive because it drives better and all that shit. There's a lot of people in the comments that have said that. So I decided to do all that and go ahead and pretty much do a head-to-head run. And this is what happened. I literally uploaded the video as an untitled video on the channel, and I literally just replied to this person, and a bunch of people clicked on it. There's only like it only has like 20 views, but it's still funny to see that people actually clicked on my my unlisted video. And this is what happened. The tune that he gave me, obviously, it's gonna take a lot longer to be able to shoot off the line as fast as an all-wheel drive tune, because it's not gonna have as much grip. And that's like one of the best runs that I've had is the one that I just recorded. And it's literally one set. It's almost right. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly now. It's 0.9 something of a second, right? So it's 9/10 of a second slower than the all-wheel drive tune. Which, who would have guessed that a rear-wheel drive tune for drag racing on the airstrip is going to be slower than my all-wheel drive tune for a 1500 horsepower car? Right? I mean, who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that an all-wheel drive car can launch faster off the line with all-wheel drive with 1500 horsepower on it, right? You know how, like, who would have guessed that? So technically, my shit tune isn't the problem, but then I got to talking to this person, and he says that, oh, I didn't realize that it has less grip as a rear-wheel drive. All right, cool, I guess. And then talking to him more, and I realized that this person doesn't even have Forza Horizon 3. So this is the people that are talking shit in my comments. These are the people that I see in my comments talking shit, and they don't even have the game. But apparently they know how to tune better than me in a video game that they don't have. So this was pretty much my video. It's a little rant video, I know, and this is going to be the first and the last video that I'll ever post like this on the YouTube channel. So don't worry about seeing videos like this before. Yes, I was a little bit triggered because of the comments of the video, but like, they don't get to me. But it's funny to try to see people, like, when they talk shit, I try to see people sort of redeem themselves by trying to give me some good advice on how to do stuff like this, and they're just idiots. Alright? They're just idiots. They're people just talking out of their ass, and and when I tried to prove them wrong, and I proved them wrong, like, I just realized that these people don't even have the game. Like, I don't even know how else to explain this. Like, it's dumb. Alright? It's overall, it's a dumb argument. It's a dumb comment section, and I've said this in the past that I'm gonna try to stop looking at my comments more, but I hate not looking at my comments. People are like told me in the past as well, like, I love the way that I still like look at my comments and I reply to people and stuff like that, and I love doing that. I love replying to people. I can't not look at my comments because of some idiots on it. I obviously just skip past them, so it doesn't make a difference, but when people try to think that they're right, I see them that they're not like trying to troll, because I know that there's people trying to troll in the comments and all that sort of stuff. Then that's something I can't really do anything about. But when people aren't like trolling and they're trying to be serious, it absolutely baffles me that these people like are in the comments trolling, but they have no idea how to tune a car themselves, and it's funny. So I will probably spend slightly less time in the comments, or I'll probably just skip through these comments, and I'm not going to reply to anybody that sort of leaves like somewhat of a negative comment, because I do understand criticism. I do understand creative criticism. I do understand negative criticism as well, that I need to sort of take into consideration when I do my videos and stuff like that, which I understand completely. But when people are trolling, or when people are posting just dumb comments, I'm going to try to skip past these comments as much as I possibly can. Also, let me do this run here. I'm gonna mess around with my... Actually, I don't even fucking know. I forgot that I don't have my transmission tuned on. You know what? I'll just mess with my max gear, so I can get it to be as fast as possible, or my final gear, or whatever, to get this car to accelerate, or not accelerate, to have the highest top speed possible, and see if I can reach it on the airstrip. Because with the auto transmission, it was, I think, around this here. Because with the auto transmission, we can get this thing to about 270 miles an hour by the time it hits the speed trap, right? So around here, the car should have 271.6 miles an hour. Am I right? Yep, 271.6 miles an hour. It's as fast as it goes. Let's get rid of all this here, so the car is flat. Right height is as high as possible, so lower that again. I'm still gonna go with the stiffened springs and the stiffened everything else, because apparently people are saying that this is a good idea. Don't know how stiffer springs actually help. I'm not on radial tires, so technically stiff springs and stiff dampers should be a bad idea for this, right? Shouldn't it? That kind of makes sense. Why would stiffness help in drag racing? I'm not on radial tires, so I don't have the same amount of grip. I'm only on like race tires, so technically I should be running slightly softer setup here. So I'm gonna go ahead, bring my acceleration to as high as possible, and the deceleration doesn't really matter too much because I'm not going to be decelerating in a straight line. I also change this thing so it's as close to 50-50 as possible. I'm not going to do 50-50 because I feel like this is a little bit better. Alright, and now this should be pretty decent to try get myself to the top speed on this on the airstrip. I'm gonna do this with manual as well, because with automatic it couldn't do it. It was shifting gears at around like 8,500 RPM and it wouldn't let it go all the way to red line. So let's try this out. This definitely should be faster than before anyway. Like I said, I literally spent, without the aero parts, without everything done to it, on automatic, I've spent about 1 minute on the tuning of this car in yesterday's video. Yeah, 270.56. It literally made no difference compared to the auto transmission. It made zero difference. With all of the aero parts added on, changed the speed, done all that, it doesn't change. The car doesn't change. You can't drive this car faster. There's a limit to this car that's put in there by the game. You can't drive this car faster. Well, that's pretty much this video. It was a long rant video. For anybody that stuck around, watched it, I guess good for you. But you don't have to watch this whole video. I know I'm saying this at the end, but I already said that this video is gonna be shit. So for people that clicked off, I don't really care, to be honest. But for people that stayed on and watched the whole video, Thank you. Also, thank you for everybody that enjoyed yesterday's video. There's a lot of people watching the video, which is insane. Like, the video hasn't even been up right now. It's me recording this video. It hasn't been up for 24 hours, and it has over 10,000 views on it, which is just mad. It's so good. And, yeah. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for watching today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. This isn't going to be the only video for today. I will make another one on the channel, so, yeah. Make sure you guys stay looking out for that video as well. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.